Liverpool to Portsmouth, yeah, that chorus got the crowd screaming.
Alright folks, Random Audio Guy at it again. H1 Hummer 2003. The install is getting ready to start. At this stage, everything has been stripped. The customer is having a lot of it rhino lined. I'm gonna come in here. There's a lot of pieces you don't see, like the doghouse cover and stuff like that. Everything has been stripped out of this vehicle. We got one chair barely mounted. I'm gonna be replacing these. It's got the monsoon system. We're going to upgrade it to the major kicker system. I'm going to come into the back. And here is what you're going to see installed in this vehicle. 4 kicker L7s. We've got some of the KC C5 speakers. 3,900 watts RMS. They got max power written on them, but if you look close, your real power is there. That's an 1,800 watt amp. We got 2 of those. We've got a 300 watt amp for the, well, I would normally say door speakers, but they're not door speakers in this. And we're going to start out with an 0 gauge kit and then come in with a 4 gauge kit. Okay, in the rear, we're going to be doing fiberglass. You have a seat here and a seat on that side. In this center console area, what we're going to do is we're going to come up with a console for the customer that holds 2 televisions fiberglassed into this. And then you have a PS4, controllers, the works. We're going to come up into the center of the doghouse and we're going to fiberglass a 10-inch screen into that. So we're going to do some monitors. He's got touchscreen monitors here. We're going to install one in this console, fiberglass it in there. This will completely change the way this thing looks. We're going to do 2 in the rear with the PS4. Starting with the interior, they're temporary placeholder screws. But the customer's starting with a rhino line on all of his interior parts. So everything that's like this gets scuffed up, rhino lined. I'm going to do 4 12-inch Solberg L7 kickers. We've got a box on this side. Hi Simon. And a box on that side. We're going to roll up with a custom CNC amp rack right here in the center. Just kind of laying out the space. Everything on this thing's square, so we thought the square kickers would go well with it. Alright, first thing I'm going to start with is clean. I mean, okay, anytime you're going to attach something with fiberglass, it's got to be clean. So I'll bring my steamer out and get most of this harder stuff. This is what's behind the plastic inserts. You know, when they're in there, you got to clean behind all this because you're going to be attaching fiberglass to it. And we're going to have to scuff it up. You know, does you no good to scuff up all that coffee or Pepsi. You know, this is definitely pop. Some type of cola. So get the majority of it with just water. Then we will switch over to steam, which I guess is still water. Anyways, but you want to wipe that down real good. Get the majority of this stuff off. And don't be looking at my butt while I'm doing this. I know, it's irresistible. Alright, there's an idea of what we're going to be doing. Get it cleaned up. Okay. The customer, you kind of collaborate with the customer on what they want. You don't, it ain't usually your decision, it's the customer's decision, and you just kind of guide them in the right direction. So he came out with these monitors. These are outdoor monitors, touchscreen. We're going to run them off a PC. Probably would have not been my choice, but you know, the customer, this is what he wanted. So we're going to put a 10-inch screen right here, fiberglass it in, so you'll see some CNC work coming on this one. We're going to do a double DIN Kenwood navigation unit over here, Apple Play radio. So this originally comes with a single DIN radio, about that big. We're going to be putting in one about this tall, touchscreen. Okay, because this is going to be a video series and we're working on the car multiple stages, Got my boy Simon's going to be working on this with me, probably Dustin also. So Simon's going to be doing the box building. What do you got for us, Simon?
I got nothing for you, Johnny.
He's not a camera person. He's got directions is what he's got. I wish my installs came with directions. So on this one, you normally see me build out of this type of wood, which is particle, 3/4 inch. People can go every direction they're going to want on what wood. Oh, you shouldn't use that or blah, blah. This is MDF. This is what that build will get on the Hummer. I need a Hummer. Anyways, so MDF, medium density fiberboard. That's what you're going to want on, let's say 90% of your boxes. This is what we use to help with the customers that want a nice box, but they may not necessarily be able to afford the cost of doing a lot of custom stuff, so we'll use this type of wood. We want everybody to be able to afford something, so help your customers out, help yourself out. Man, look, if you build a box right and you brace it right with this stuff and you put a coat of resin on it, skim it with some resin, even a cheaper method, and you got resin laying around. Sorry if that fan's picking up, guys, I don't know. You can take this Type Bond. It's, I don't know, 17 bucks a gallon. You can put it on there. You use a card. It might help if I'm filming what I'm talking about. You can put this on there, use a flat card and smear it, cover the box in that. That will also work like the resin. Not as good, but hey, if you're working on a budget, it'll help you out. So I think at this point Simon needs my help and I'm being lazy. So I assume you're wanting to move that back up now? Bring those two sheets up.
Yeah, I just want to go ahead and see what
Okay, what we're going to start with is the removal of these two front 5 1/4 inch speakers. You just remove 4 Phillips head screws and they're out. That is your amplifier right there in the middle. Little plug, you squeeze in on the clip, pull it off, voila. From that junk to kicker. Simple as that.